Right, so the other day I was filming a test I was doing, and the frigging weight wasn't being registered by the camera because it's LCD and I hadn't got the angle right, so I'm going to have to do this again, and I'm going to do it with this other camera anyway. I can preview it on Minicam that way, and I can make sure that what you're seeing is what I'm seeing, and blah blah de blah whatever. So right. Now I was doing this test. Right, with these six coils here. Right, so I had these 6 coils in series on my scale, and I was testing for drag. Now, let me just clarify this, because when you apply energy to a rotary system and it's spinning, and you put a load on that system, and that load causes an equal opposite reaction and it slows the system down, what is the effect of it being slowed down is quite simply the opposite reaction, which is to act as a brake. So a brake, basically, it's like an electronic brake, which is a similar principle, where you actually induce an opposite reaction to the centrifuge, not the centrifugal, the rotational direction. So if it's spinning clockwise, and it's been induced to spin clockwise by a motor, for example, and you apply the opposite reaction, then that means that the opposite reaction is a counterforce, which is anti-clockwise, which is working against the rotor to make it slow down. Okay? Right, we'll explain that. Now, I was testing this, I was showing current on my meter. Let's see, I'll do a quick current test so you can see that the coil is generating energy. But I'm going to have to redo all this anyway, so you can see. Right, we're going to set this to, we've got a milliamps. Right, so I've got this on the milliamp scale. Right, I'll stick a meter there, I think that's going to work. Right, the trouble with putting the meter on it is the leads weigh something, so it keeps affecting the scale. So I've got to keep resetting when I'm using the scale with the leads on. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you what the resistances of these resistors. I've got these resistors which I'm going to use. So let's put this on ohms. Right, we're on ohms, and we're going to check the resistance of these resistors. And you can see the resistance there is 13.7 ohms. That's where you can't see the meter now. There's always something. Get out of the way. Meter so you can see it. Right. Let's put this little light on. That might work. There's the resistance of the resistors. As you can see. Take them off. Right, we're going to use these resistors in a little while, so I'm going to put them down here. So we know that I'm using the same resistors. Right, now let's put this back on current. Now, I found something out interesting earlier. By shaping my coils in a C shape like this, it works even better than it did in the previous video, so that test is now invalid anyway, because the new test, using the new arrangement of the coils, will show us something very interesting. Have we got that the right height? Yeah, I think that's about right. Right, so I've got to route these wires around this lot without inducing too much weight difference. Let me just move this other set of coils out, because we're using another set of 6 coils right now, which is just the same as the other set. I just didn't want to alter the other set. I already taped them all together and right, let's check the DC. Oh, actually, let's check the DC resistance of the coils. Right. Click onto there. Click onto there. That is the DC resistance of the coils. 24.5 ohms DC resistance. Right. Right, I want to be on this lead, and I want to be on this top lead. We're going to induce weight because these leads dangling, but it should zero itself out. Right, so we're on current. Now let's check voltage first. Voltage, let's put it on, it's on AC. I'm going to spin this, let me reset that to 0 because I've knocked it. Right, let's spin this up. Right, what am I on? Connected up. Hang on a minute. Something wrong somewhere, just a minute. I want to be on 2 volts there. Right. Let's check this again. Right, there's the voltage. It's 0.7 volts and dropping. That's the voltage. I'm not going to wait. Look at the weight anyway, it's not changing right now. I'm not going to wait when I put this down, I think. But let's just see what happens when it's stopped. This is on volts, remember. We're not drawing current right now anyway. It's not changing. Let me just reset that to 0. Let's do this test again, because these leads are dangling, you see. There's the volts, 0.7 volts, dropping, no difference on the meter. There is something catching on this rotor though, because it's slowing down. There's something rubbing. I need to reset the centre. Actually, I didn't put it back on properly, that's why. Hang on. That should be alright. Right, let's keep knocking it. 0. 0 out with you. Why is it not zeroing? Right. Voltage 0.9 volts, you're at then watching the weight, 1 volt still. I have knocked something though, it's not capturing like it was before, so it's working a bit better. I'll move the microphone a bit nearer so you can hear what's going on. We're on volts anyway, so it shouldn't really show any difference on the scale at all. But these leads are dangling, that's the problem. I'm going to take the leads off when I finish doing the test, but you can see from the scale anyway. amount of difference. Reset. Again, flipping thing, I keep knocking that. Right, now let's do it on current. We're on current, still at 0. Remember, this is a new arrangement. Look at that. 31 milliamps. No weight change. That means there's no drag. We are not seeing any drag whatsoever. Can't be, because unless it's in a different perpendicular angle because of the shape of the coils, it might be dragging slightly down from that side, slightly up from that side. But I don't know. But yeah, you tell me. We are not seeing a change in the weight. We should see a change in the weight. Right, let me just do this again. What we have in current coming out. We have 30 milliamps coming out. No change. Let's get the 6 coil system that's shaped without that formation of the C. Let's take this off. Blue tack. I'll just take the blue tack off. Let's put the other set of coils on. It's a lot quicker than me messing about with solitaire, I can tell you. Right, this is the flat arrangement that I was testing the other day, which you didn't see because the scales were not showing the display. Right, we should have about the same weight, more or less. Well, 0.6 gram difference. Right, that's, I've got to put, that's because I've corrected the leads. Right. Oops. Oh, come on, you awkward. Come on, stay on. Right, reset. Now, we're going to do volts again. Volts. 2 volt range. Reset. Volts, 1 volt. Now let's go to current. Look at that, 0.5 of a gram at 37 milliamps. We have drag. And the scale, what's the scale as it slows down? And the current. Okay, so we have drag with that arrangement because the coils are not basically, the coils are all in series with each other. So when the magnet is entering at the top, it induces a magnetic charge. The initial charge goes through all the coils and it imposes an opposite reaction on the bottom coil through the series of coils to actually, so whereas the top one might have resistance or drag, the bottom coil will have attraction, will have repulsion to press the other flux field away. So as I was explaining in my previous diagram, which I've got to go all over again, when we are in the middle, we have the north field and the south field. So in the middle of the coil arrangement, we have naught. There's a 0 volts in the middle. But on this side of the coils, we have a plus again, and on this side of the coils, near the north side, we have a minus. So basically what we have is a moving 0 as it moves through all the coils. So, as the south pole is leaving, it imposes a charge on the coils on this side, but that charge, what might normally be construed as drag on the system and slow the rotor down, is traversing through the coils to impose an attraction on the north field on the other side. So it basically cancels the drag out, basically. That is what we're working with. Right, so anyway, I've showed you what happens with this. We do have drag with this coil arrangement. Take that off again. Now, let's do it with a resistor. Because the resistor, I don't have problems with the weight changing because of these leads. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that coil set off. Right, I'm going to move these leads out of the way because we're not going to bother. We know what the current is roughly. It's about 36 milliamps. It's around about 36 to 40 milliamps. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my other coil arrangements back on, but I'm going to connect this resistor to this coil set, which has been there all the time, which is two resistors actually in parallel to give us 13 ohms or something like that. Right. So we measured these coils earlier, which were about 23 ohms or something. So when I put my DC resistance across this, we should measure the resistance of the coils plus the resistance of the resistors, so we should get half that value. It should be somewhere around about 8 ohms or something. I'm just trying to get this connected. We've already tested this coil set with just voltage, but we want to test it with a true power load of resistors. Right, put that on there. Reset that. Let's check the DC resistance of that. First of all, to make sure we're properly connected to that resistor. Right, we're going to connect to there. We have 9 ohms actually, which is half roughly. So we are connected. I was guessing about 8, but it's 9, which is right. So that resistor is connected to the coil properly. Right. Oh, everything's falling. Right, let's get this in the middle again. So now we won't have to worry about the weight keeps changing because I've got resistors actually on the scale as well, and we haven't got dangling trailing wires. Now, I'm going to spin this up as fast as I can spin it. By hand. Oh look, we've got 0.2. I tell you what, that is a damn sight better than 0.7, which I initially had with the 3-coil system. I had something like 0.7 of a gram, and 0.2 is very, very significant, and it's barely changing with speed up. It's still at 0.2. It's possible I've bumped the scale though. Let's just see what happens when it stops. Or it could be the magnet interacting with the scale, because that's happened before. Interesting. Very interesting. Now let's do this again. Now if I spin this clockwise, then I turn it around, the magnets will be spinning anti-clockwise, so it should make the coil lighter because it will be pushing the coils up instead of down. So let's do that. Perhaps when you get close enough now, I've knocked this a bit. No change. Let me just move this forward a bit. No change. Let me just spin this again because it's slowing down. Oh, this has moved a bit. No change. Turn it around. Oop. No change. Oh, 0.2. Is it because I'm pumping something? So the system, this system of 6 coils, does work. And that 0.2 is very, very small. It's nothing compared to the 0.7 I was getting with the 3 coil system. If you go back and watch my previous videos. It's still on 0.2. So it's not to do with the load, it's something else that's going on. I must have knocked something. Let's just reset, re-zero. Come on. Right. Let's just redo that test, because the magnetic field can sometimes affect the scales. I've got it quite elevated, that's why it's on this plastic, to keep it away from that. No change. We have very, very little drag on this system. Very little. And wait for it to stop. Right, let's do this and I'll turn it the other way around so this is going up instead of downwards on the coils. Oh look, minus 0.2. We are seeing a change. Slight change. Not much. But as I say, it could be the magnets themselves that are inducing an effect on the scale, so I'm waiting for it to stop. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going on. It's stopped now, and it's still at minus 0.2. So we are not getting any drag because that minus 0.2 is still at minus 0.2, and even though it's not moving now, let's just move it away and see if that affects it. Oh, I've taken the magnet completely away, and it's still at minus 0.2. So we aren't really actually getting any drag. it's an anomaly, something probably due to the fact that the scale is, I don't know, something strange going on with that scale at the moment. But it is accurate. I mean, I can put a piece of tissue paper on here. This is how sensitive it is on this coil. And look at that, 0.7. Take it off, 0.7. Take it off, 0.7. Oops. It's working. The scale's working. Right, let me just spin this up again. I'm in exactly the same position. I've got a gap of about this much between the rotors and the coils. It's about 5mm gap. That's the gap which is for the installation when I put the coils in the unit. Actually 4.7mm, something like that. That's for the drum. The protective drum that goes around the rotary drum. So I think that's very significant. I think that is extremely significant. The 3-coil system was inducing an enormous amount of drag. Now let me just go and grab those. This is the 3-coil system. Let's pop these. Let's take these resistors off here. Let's pop this resistor onto the 3-coil system. We'll do it without the resistor first. That's the 6-coil system. 3-coil system without. Oh, where's my blue tack? It's on here. Blue tack. It's just to stop things falling over. Right. 3-coil, all air coil, by the way, without the resistor, which is open circuit. Let's just reset to 0. Right, now watch this with it on 0. No change because it's not connected to anything like that. Well, there's no change, so I might as well put the resistors on. Right, now let's connect these resistors. Come here, you bugger. Right, the 3-coil system is now, sorry, the 3-coil system is now connected. Let's zero everything out because of the extra weight of the resistor. Now let's test again. .3 grams. So we have drag. Now it's disappeared as the actual voltage and current has dropped off because it's slowing down. So there is definitely a change of the 3-coil system. We are seeing a change, which we didn't see with the 6-coil system, which basically compensates for the drag effects, which offsets it. The 3-coil system, and it's opposite, it's due to the space of the magnets as well. The magnets themselves, there's 4 quadrants. This quadrant is all one pole, so south, 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 and over here it's north, north, north. So we have a very wide area. Now actually I'm going to get my viewing film because I want to show you something. The actual magnetic field is quite important, that you have a wide field so you can actually compass those coils in that area. Right, so there's my viewing film. Now, let me just move this out of the way a minute, because it's a bit distracting when I'm trying to show you something different. There's my viewing film, and we can actually see the area of that particular pole right there. You can see it, let's spin it. It's a very wide field. Oops! You can see how wide that field is. And it comes out a long way. I've got about, let me get a rubber, just a minute. Right, this is my rubber. This rubber is 8.84 millimeters thick. Right. I'm showing you the rubber because it's non-magnetic and it won't interfere with anything. So I'm going to put this rubber underneath my viewing film like this. I'm going to sit that directly on the magnet assembly like that. Ooh, I need to put my finger under the rubber so it doesn't fall off. Oops. Right. That's resting on the rubber. You can see the magnetic field underneath there. That's the distance with about 8 millimeters. It's a wide field, very wide. Take it out of the way. That's about 8 millimeters, and that's about the same. Let's see. Yeah. Now spin it. You can see the wide field. The white line is the boundary layer, the blotch wall. It's the blotch. It's the boundary between the two poles, the south and the north, whichever is which. And it's a massive field that's coming off this rotor. I'll show you my gauge, my magnetic gauge, which is basically magnets. And now if I put that there, you can see how much pull we have here. You can see that. Let me just spin this up. That's got a lot of drag on it. Oops. There you go. So you can see how far this field extends. I'm just coming at it, you'll see. We're coming at it like this, you can see it starts to affect there. So if I reset that and come in, it starts to take effect about there, which is, if I measure that distance, that would be about 45 millimeters. So my magnetic field is extending by 45 millimeters, which is basically, if I get a coil, it's a fraction over what my coil length is. My coil length is actually 25 millimeters. So I'm actually well within, I'm about halfway with my coil depth. It's about halfway. So it's saturated in that magnetic flux when it's spinning. So if anyone says I'm not getting enough coupling to show drag, well, trust me, there's a lot of coupling there when you've got that field coming this far out. And you can also see it on the viewing film. If I lift it right up there, you can just see it fading. It's fading there, and it starts to come into effect about there. I'm going too fast now. It actually disappears about here. That is about that far. That's about the same measurement I was getting with my ruler. Something a bit, actually this is a bit further out than my ruler. We get a tremendous effect. Anyway, that's for the viewing film as well. So I'm hoping that shows up properly on the video. It's difficult to tell if it will or not, because it's not very easy to see with the naked eye anyway. Oh god, I'm looking at the preview now, it's not showing up very well. That's pretty annoying. Let me just check this in a minute. It's something to do with the light angles and everything. Why is it not showing up? There's always something not showing up. Let me just bring my light around here. Does that show up? Oh, it does show up when I get closer. That should be better. Come all the way out. We're about here. We're about this far. Right. Anyway, enough of that. So, what's going on? As I said, I explained it, tried to explain it, about the coils being in series. And the 3 coil has a lot of drag. It's going through a resistor right now, but if we shorted it, it's a lot more than that. So let me short it direct. Let me just recalibrate everything. I'll put this crocodile lead on. Oh, actually, let me just thread it through here, then it won't keep, the weight won't keep changing if I thread it through this plastic thingy. So I'm going to make a loop to connect this directly across there, and directly across there. Right, so that's directly connected now. Reset the 0. Spin this up. Oh, look at weight, 1 gram. That is a whole gram. That's on the 3 coil. Oh, can you see that? Damn it! You can't even see that. Let me do that again. .1 grams it went up through this thing. That is a lot of drag. Now if we reverse the rotor like before, so that it's spinning up on this side, we'll see a minus value. Reverse now. Minus 0.5. I didn't get as fast this time, but you can see it, now it's coming up. The rotor's going anti-clockwise, so we're seeing a minus value because the coils are being pushed upwards. So, turn it around where it's still going. We're seeing a plus value, 0.2. It's slowing down now, it's almost stopped now. Let me just go fast again. Right. Plus value, 1 gram. Minus value, that's slowing down, minus 0.5 grams. Oops. Plus 0.4 grams. So there we have it. And that's the 3-coil system, and because the 3-coil system doesn't intersect both poles at the same time, so it can't compensate. Because it can only really see one pole at a time, it's not able to do the compensation that the 6-coil arrangement can do. it's obviously to do with the thickness of the coils and everything else and all that stuff. And the thicker the coils are, the bigger the rotary system would need to be. The magnet rotor would need to be. And the thinner the coils are, you could still use 6, but you'd have a smaller rotary system. Yeah. Anyway, I'll take this off. Put my 6 coil on again. Actually, I've done enough now. I think I've proven or demonstrated what's going on. Just take this. I'm just going to stick this on here with on the blue tack. I'm just going to short it this time without the resistor. I'm just going to short it with that crocodile lead, because we should see more. We should see something. We should see a gram or something, or 0.1 of a gram or something. So I'm going to clip this onto here. Oh, there's my end of the wire. Onto there. Onto there. Right. Reset to 0. Right, let's try again with the shorted lead. Oh, 0.2. We are seeing a little bit. Let's reverse it. We are not seeing a minus. I'm trying to get this closer without touching it. I'm just going to spin this up again. I can't seem to get a minus. Nope, I'm not getting a minus. That's good. That's a big thumbs up. Positive. Oh, 0.2. We are seeing something on the positive side. So it must be more efficient when it's actually going up. It must be because the coils aren't the right height. That's probably what it is. My coils want rearranging slightly. I might have got the height wrong. It's critical that these coils are balanced at exactly the right angle, the right height with relative to the rotor to be efficient in cancelling out the drag. And if my height is 1 millimetre or 2 millimetres out, it's going to affect the readings. But look at that. I haven't done anything with this. You see, there's something weird going on with my table. Let me just get this in the middle. It might be because it's not, I know what it'll be. It's because it's not in the centre of the scale. That'll probably be what it is. I've just backed it out a little bit. Now let's we are zeroed. Let's do this again. It was on the edge of the scale. That could be a problem. Redo this again. Ooh, nothing, no drag. My fingers are killing me now with bashing up. So that's it, I'm going to have bruising on my hands. Just to verify, meter, current. Oops, I dropped my meter then. Take this jumper lead off. Stuck to the magnets. Right. Just move that out of the way a minute. These leads have got to be... I don't want to put too much weight on everything. I'm trying to keep the... Oops! Right, let's get this clipped on here. we've already measured this earlier anyway, but I want to redo it again. Come on. I've got, let's go through there. Right, let's try and get that on there. Right, resistance, let's check. Oh, I'm not connected on it. Why is it not reading anything? Oh, I ripped something off. Hang on. Ah, there we go. I was on the insulation. Ah! That's why it's important to, right. That's it, 24.6 ohms, that's the reading of the DC resistance value of the coil. Alright. That's right. That flipping lead's in the way now. Bugger. We got okay. Yeah. 0. Come on, 0. Right. The current. Oh, flipping heck, the lamp's in the way. Oh, it's summer. I've got to do this again now. Flipping lamp was in the way. I need that. What am I doing? I'm pressing buttons here for some reason. Get this right. Okay, let's do that again. Flipping lamp was blocking the view. 0. What's... These leads are changing, that's what it is. When I press down, I am affecting the weight. I'm pushing this meter down, this scale down, and the weight is changing. And when I let go, it's changing the weight. So I've got to get it just right. That's why I try to. Right. As you can see, no drag. Obviously the current this time. Couldn't see it before because the frigging lamp was in the way. Anyway, I was working some stuff out earlier, and I'll just read it. Just read what I was doing, what I've typed out to a friend of mine. I've been doing some calculations based on drag. The previous coil system of 3 coils creating 0.7 grams of drag, let's say, as a basis, it is exactly 500 RPM. But it could be 300 RPM. And that's for one coil set of 3 times 12 equals 6,000 RPM equals 8.4 grams of drag under load for one coil set. Times 8 coil sets, that equates to 67.2 grams of drag, which is a lot of energy used to drive such a device. For argument's sake, let's assume we have some drag on the 6 coil system, right? Now do the same math with just 0.1 grams of drag per coil set and work that out and see what we come to. However, I did a test which showed 0 grams at 35 milliamps. So maybe my scale is not sensitive enough to register very small values, so that's why I'm assuming 0.1 grams of drag. Not even multiplied current yet, 35 milliamps times 12, you work that out. So for one, that's for one coil set, by the way. So for one coil set of 6, yeah, right, so if we aren't getting any drag, and I'm generating 12 times 35 milliamps, that's quite a bit of energy coming out. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to build this thing and test it out for real, because this is a mock-up test, really, for testing the amount of drag effects and all that. Anyway, at least it was clear this time, I think.